Hey guys, do a little tour of the NEMO Trader building after pretty much a full gut job on the inside and some cosmetic, aesthetic little updates on the outside. But I'm out here in the front parking lot. The only other video I did of this was at night, right when we bought it. We were rushing to start tearing stuff out and just kind of did a quick walkthrough. So I'll walk the same path through and hopefully you recognize it. But let me turn this around. So this is the front of the building after a paint job. We took off a bunch of the vinyl siding and old windows where these old car wash bays are. So it originally was the Roadrunner car wash. I don't know when it was built. I think probably in the 60s. This middle room was an office, and then it had kind of some mechanical utility room behind it along with a bathroom. So this east side is an addition that ended up being an office after it was purchased by, I want to say, a construction company, and then eventually converted into a bunch of offices. But this was kind of the main entry that I walked in last time. This was a front room. There was a bathroom right here. I think a little hallway here. And this was basically a big office. So I tore out pretty much all of these walls, all the insulation. The roof is pretty compromised. It needs at least a whole new deck put on and new shingles. I left these center walls just for a little bit of support. These 2x6s are supposed to span and carry all the weight, but I think they probably needed to be at least 2x12s with that distance, so it sags a little bit in the middle. So I left those just to hold it up. But this is the old exterior wall of the car wash. At some point, they put a secondary flat roof deck on just to give it a little more slope. And then put a new membrane on. It has since pretty much failed too, but structurally it's still pretty sound. Just needs to have some of the slope issues corrected and a new membrane sprayed on and installed. So this is the back of the original, one of the two original bays. You can see there's a little doorway that went into the office there, but this is the other addition on the north side. So I think probably a little bit after the east addition was put on, they built this. You can see they had to pour the slab a little higher just because the grade kind of climbs to the north in the back of the building. So this was originally an exterior wall. There was some utility hookups right there. I think a gas and water line were coming out there. But so yeah, just a low slope, wood framed roof deck, pretty standard 2x4 walls. They actually have some polyiso board here, and then on the other side there's the wood siding that kind of acts as sheeting, and then they had to at some point put vinyl siding on too, but it was compromised, so I went ahead and tore it off and just tried to get the wood siding fixed up as best I could. So this was two separate rooms. This was a storage room. There was a wall here. It was full of shelves and old newspapers. This was an office, had all the furniture and cabinets and everything still in it, carpet, floors. So we tore everything out. It still takes on water in a couple of these spots here. You can see there was a lot of moldy insulation and drywall. It's really just the membrane is brittle, and they just carried it from the top roof deck to this roof deck. So once you just put a new membrane on or seal that all up, the roof structurally is sound. So here's the other original car wash bay. So this was two separate offices. This was there was a framed wall here, and then that was another office back here that was all framed up. So we tore everything out. The only load-bearing walls are the original concrete walls and just that center framed wall and the exterior wall. I'm pretty sure these trusses aren't supposed to span that far without a center support, so I went ahead and left this wall in the meantime, and then this wall is actually holding this roof deck up, but there's not a ton of weight up there. All the mechanical is on the main original building, so this little temporary 2x4 wall is holding up all those joists. So before, this was the kind of the original mechanical room. They had, after the fact, put in some HVAC here. That's the original utility panel. There was a bathroom right here, and then there was kind of a little utility water closet area in here, the original water lines right there. So this center part takes on some water too, so we just tore everything out. It's pretty gross, as you can expect. This is the front office. Just the original front door to the office. So that is pretty much it. Just got it down to the structure. There's a lot of different things someone can do with it. We just listed it for sale about a week ago. It's zoned M2, heavy industrial, so really you could do storage. You could just make it a shop. You can turn it into a mechanic shop. You could really do anything. It's got the longest list of allowable uses in the Kirksville zoning code. So just try to get it cleaned up a little bit, gave it a facelift. Besides the couple of roof spots that are still actively leaking water, it's pretty tight. I didn't want to replace the roof if someone's going to plan on tearing the roof off and making the roof deck higher or add in a sloped pitched roof. So I kind of just did as much work as I could to get it cleaned up for a buyer, for another business use or a renter, without doing too much that would potentially be undone later. And that would be a waste of money and time and effort, obviously. So it's about 0.3 acres. I thought it was close to 2,000 square feet, but I think it's actually over 2,500 square feet total with the additions after I traced it out on the GIS map. But the property line's somewhere in here. It's basically a perfect rectangle. Yeah, some parking. That's kind of the main value I saw in the building is the zoning. It's in a pretty good location, just couple blocks west of Baltimore. I knew it was going to be a nasty cleanup job, but the main structure is pretty decent. These windows are ready to be replaced or just framed in if someone doesn't want windows for security purposes. Yeah, so it's got a lot of potential. If nobody wants it, I'll probably just put some garage doors on it and seal it up and make it a shop. Maybe rent it out. Storage units, not sure. So that is pretty much it. Got the for sale sign out, did a little lawn mowing, and yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the finished product of the Roadrunner, Kirksville Crier, NEMO Trader building, now vacant business opportunity. So get your checkbooks out and give me a call. Thanks, see ya.